And hi, and I am live again. And welcome everyone. This is Jen coming to you live from Singapore. A very good afternoon to everyone who is tuning me live on my replay. And as promised today, I am going to share a little bit more again about this journey that I'm embarking on. And today is actually my day 4. Okay, let me check. Yes, today is my day 4. And of course, I'm going to share about my life story, my dreams, my digital business journey. Right, so over the last couple of days where I shared about my life story, yesterday I shared about my dreams, my aspirations, and what's my future going to be like. It's amazing, isn't it? Of course, and I always want to share it's been an amazing August every single day. Yes. So let's get going. Today, day 4, what are we going to talk about? Today, I'm going to share with you a little bit more about this online business. So after going through all these things, I'm just going to share about, in the end, how did I end up in this online space? And why this online business, of all the so many we have, there's so many other options, no doubt about it, right? Actually, what really is it so special in this online business that attracted me? How did I feel? What are my thoughts? And as of anything that we do, something new, there's always fear. So how do I overcome my fear? And actually, when we are fearful, what did I do? And how did I work out of this comfort zone? So I'm going to share with you just very quickly. So, as I shared the last couple of days, I have tried many different other things. And as also someone who comes from a sales and marketing background, I've seen lots of different compensation plans, commercial plans, you call whatsoever. And particularly the other so-called alternative options that I've looked at, I've tried before, other platforms I've tried before, just was not sustainable. I've shared that earlier. But I always take it from the perspective that, it's always a learning experience. And it also gave me a lot of clarity that what exactly it is that I don't want in a business. What is it that I don't want in a side hustle? So with that very clear, um, I would say, uh, things that what I want and what that I don't want, it makes things easier in a way, right? Better than being lost and not sure what is it. So as I said yesterday, I do know that going online is the way to go, right? Online technology, everybody is going towards, and there's no doubt, no dispute about it. I mean, look at how our own life has evolved. Um, for example, how our life has been so used to ordering things online, ordering food, ordering our grocery, shopping, even iBanking, right? And even how studies, children has also evolved especially over the last 2 years. How online learning has become a norm. So how communication has been like, so it's become like integrated into part of our lifestyle and our life. So if that's the case, earning is the same, isn't it? Why are we still working on the traditional way? In fact, there has been work, and we are working online in that way because over the last 2 years, many of us has worked from home, and it has also proven that a lot of business model has been able to adjust and are in fact more profitable when they relook at their business model, having a blend of working from home. And a lot of working from home now, is all going computerized, e-based, all the meetings, Zoom meetings, all the Teams meetings, etc. So I do know that going online is the way to go, and earning online is also the way to go. And I have always wondered how people can earn money online. And a lot of them earn big money online. So, but I didn't really know how to do it. I've shared with you yesterday. So, but nevertheless, when I knew at that point that I need to quickly find a backup plan, an alternative plan, this plan B, I need to quickly work on it. I do have a set of criteria that I know, okay, what are the things that I want to look up for. So I'm just going to share with you, non-exhaustive list, but some of the things that it was going through my brain. Okay, firstly, it must be online because that's the way to go. And being someone who comes from a traditional business model, I know how tedious, it is, how painful it is to go through a traditional business model. So I don't want to do that. And online is the way to go, I know for sure. And the other thing for me is there shouldn't be huge investment. When I started this online business, it was actually at a point where I had a lot of financial difficulties, so I couldn't at that point of time afford a huge investment. So this is very important criteria. So there were many other things like it must be something flexible to suit my schedule because at the time I was still working full time. So I need something flexible that can actually fit my full day working hours. And also, it must be flexible because I want to be still able to spend time with my children while working on this second income. So, I'm not going to compromise time with my children. Although they are teenagers, but I feel that it is equally important for them to have my time. So and it has to be something that is quite, I would say, portable, because sometimes we go out, we're on the road, or I have to wait for them while they're having their different type of practices. So while waiting for my kids outside or whatsoever, I can able to spend my time productively to do some work and earn money. So this is where I'm coming from. And um, it shouldn't be something that is going to take up a lot of my time, because time is something that's already quite tight for me. So it must be something that can fit in my schedule and flexible. And so definitely something that where I have to hold inventories and do all the packing, do all the logistics, going to the post box to deliver for people and all those things. This is a no-no for me because firstly, I don't have the time to do all this. It is something that is very tedious, and that's not something I'm willing um, to do. And what else? What I was thinking about was there shouldn't be monthly target or quota for me. I come from different platforms before, and I know it is something that I wouldn't want, because end up I'll be stocking a lot of products at home and then nobody is using it. So no inventory, no monthly quota. And another thing is that no, another very important thing is no selling. No selling to friends, relative, or whosoever, trying to convince someone to sell. Hey, hi, this product is so good, and this makes you so whatsoever. So that's not something that I want to do, because having to come from sales and marketing for a long time and coming from other platforms that used to do a lot of this, I just don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, so no selling. And the other very important one that I knew very clearly is that no maintenance fee, no monthly maintenance fee needed. Why I'm saying this? Because when I was doing my traditional business, I know that when you want to do an online business and having to even build a company website, there is somewhat some sort of, like, be it monthly or yearly retainer fee or maintenance fee. So you actually, other than the upfront, maybe 20, 30, or 40,000 dollars you have to come up with to just develop your website, every month or every year you still have to pay that fee to maintain the website. So knowing that this is going to be the online business, it is not something that I'm ready to pay. I don't think that I'm ready to pay that maintenance fee every month or every year. So that was another criteria I had. And the other one was that it must be able to have a platform that's able to allow me to earn a substantial income. I'm not, because it's like we are going to put in effort anyway. I'm not going to invest my time in something that has got very little returns for me. So it must be something that is able to generate quite a reasonable and substantial second income for me. So that was my thought. That was what I knew exactly what my criteria were. So that was how, when in fact during that time, I had two friends doing two different businesses, and I compared both. In fact, I went for the first one, but the other one later I realized that it's a micro business, and I'm not interested because it have to do quite a fair bit of what I shared earlier, and I didn't want to do that. So when my friend, or rather my ex-colleague, the one who was so successful, she introduced me this business by asking me to register for a complimentary webinar. I registered, and I found out on my own, and I was super, super excited about it. In fact, I was so blown away. Okay, so basically after I registered for a webinar, then I am interested to find out more. I took the leap of faith to take the next step. So this next step, it actually share with us the comprehensive details of what the whole business model is about, what sort of plan it is, etc., etc. So when I really came to know about it, I was super blown over. I'm blown away, with this. And what truly attracts me is that, firstly, it meets all the criteria that I have. So those that I shared with you earlier, it fits, it all meets my criteria. And there's even more. So I'm going to just share what are the like even more things, just a little bit of them. Firstly, this online business, it is able to leave a legacy to my children. So even though one day I decide to stop doing the business, the money still rolls in. I can actually, leave this legacy for my children. Isn't it amazing, right? I think that's awesome. And they have such an amazing training system. Um, as those that I compared, that I attended before, your training is pretty limited to just selling and product. But this amazing training system, it is so structured that is step by step. All you need is just like a plug and play system. You follow the steps. And even though for someone, I don't have online experience, I am not non-social media savvy. There's so many things I don't even know. There's no problem because it literally walks you through every single step. And it's very structured, it's video based, it's recorded. So I can go back and watch it as and when I have the time. And this online training system is always updated to very current. A lot of system, once they are being built, it is not upgraded, right? And technology moves so fast, and they are always on the forefront to change and update what's aligned, what's moving ahead. And the beauty of it is that we don't need to pay additional to enjoy this privilege. Literally, it just comes with it, and you just need to leverage and go through the training. And what else? What I really love about is there's this back end system. There's this back end infrastructure system where all the heavy weightlifting things are being done for us. So you don't have to worry about having to do all the sales call whatsoever. You don't need to. All you need to do is just focus, on how to do your training, and they'll teach you how to do it and how to leverage on social media marketing. And what also blows me away is that there is actually a mentorship program. So there is a coach that assigned to you, there's a mentor that's assigned to you. So they actually will work with you and show you and guide you along the way. It is something, that you really literally cannot find many places or almost anywhere. Um, and like I said, we are a global community. So the support is always 24/7. 24/7 because, when we are sleeping, and then someone is still awake and you want to ask some questions, someone over the other side of the world can actually answer your questions. So this is truly, truly something so amazing. And the community is really, really so supportive that um, I've made so many like-minded people like myself. And from online business partners to amazing offline friends. So, you know, um, you may be wondering that, so what's the big deal, right? I mean, to me, that's really a big deal already, because it fits my criteria and it comes a lot more. So when I was then, the amazing thing is that when you first, explore this business, it actually comes with like a 30 days refund policy. And during this time, they actually allows you to get connected with the community. So I was really, really super impressed how this entire amazing community is. And, seeing there are like this community now, there's like at least 120,000 people globally. And I see how so many people are joining the business every day. And I've seen real stories, people's testimonials, how this business has changed their life. For example, how people has a huge debt and how this business can pay off their debts, pay off their mortgages, how they can, buy houses, how they can support their family and support, their churches, all the different type of philanthropic type of lifestyle, helping others. And for some of them, how they become job quitter, so then they can spend time with their young children. Or, some of them who are doing the business during maternity leave don't even need to go back anymore because they can spend time with the babies. I mean, this is so amazing, isn't it? And there are people who um, are working professionals, working full time like me, and is generating a second income. But because, like me, they love their job, and this business is something that don't take away so much of our time, and they still continue to work and they continue to earn this amazing income. So this is awesome, isn't it? Um, it just helped us to want to end to live our retirement life earlier. And a big group of them are also, stay-at-home moms. Stay-at-home moms who have time when the children are at school or when the babies are sleeping, their toddlers are going to the childcare or at home, they have pockets of free times. So this business has actually helped so many stay-at-home moms to become um, um, really, key income contributors in their household. So don't you think this is so amazing? And I guess the part about this business that I really love is also see how it can not only change our own life, it's able to change people's life, giving people hope. And I have shared in my first day, 15 years ago, I did not know of this solution. It did not exist. 15 years later now, I know that it exists. It's still helping me. And I, like many people here, want to spread the word, so we can help many more people. You call it like a movement, if you want to, but it is a way we want to encourage people to take charge of their life, to be in control of their life, to change their beliefs. and to know that we can actually live a better life. We can actually live the life that we dictate, not what we hear say over the generations that's passed down to us. So, after hearing all this, many of you may be asking me, how can it be? It's simply too good to be true. I can tell you, I had exactly the same thought. I'm actually nodding my head if you are asking yourself, too good to be true. Yes, I can tell you it's too good to be true. I also ask myself, but still I took the leap of faith. You know, why did I take this leap of faith? Like I said, I already registered for the webinar. Then I took the leap of faith to take the next step, you know. And anyway, I felt that there's 30 days refund policy. Why not? Right? So I felt that it is important for me to give myself another chance. Despite trying so many and not sustainable, right? I feel that this is another chance again. What can I lose? I can't lose anything. So I gave it a shot. I gave it a shot because I have seen how my ex-colleague has succeeded. I've seen thousands and thousands of people in the global community have succeeded. All of them are real people, real money, real success, real journey. And all of this has just one thing in common. We all use the same proven system, this plug and play system. So anyone is suitable for this business as long as you can commit that maybe 1 to 2 hours per day at least to be present for our business. I guess that's not too much to ask for. I mean, if you want to do anything, you need to put in effort. We need to put in discipline, right? We need to be present for our business. It's just like, for example, if you're in a retail business, you want to do business, you want to earn money, you want to sell your stuff, you still have to go in physically to open your door and open the shop for business, isn't it? So it's the same thing. Put in at least 1 to 2 hours, at least daily, so you are present for your business. And it's suitable for people who have no experience, like me, like a lot of stay-at-home moms, like even working professionals who know nuts about social media or this, with even grandmothers, grandparents who are on this business. So, as long as you are coachable, you are positive, you're willing to learn, it is something that is doable as long as, and I always like to say, it's all here, it's all about our mindset. And I always want to ask the last question, are you ready to take control of your life? Are you ready to take whatever it takes to make the change for a better future? So, I know I shared so much. Was I skeptical initially? What were my thoughts? Of course, initially I was like, wow, like I said, too good to be true. I was fearful, but I was a little bit fearful, will it work for me? But I guess, like I said, why not? If it works for thousands of people, why not me? It's been proven for so many people, thousands of people globally. Why not me? So I decided to overcome my fear. I decided, to remain positive and have the faith and the belief in myself and walk out of my comfort zone. And that is where truly the magic begins. Because the moment when you walk out of your comfort zone, the moment that you feel that you're coachable and willing to learn, a lot of things just unfolds for us, you know. So this is such an amazing journey for me. Never once I regretted it. Never once I look back and say, I regretted it. The only regret I have is that why didn't I knew it earlier? But it's never too late, So I want to then, you know, really, really urge and encourage anyone who have always been wishing and thinking that how how good if my life is different? I'm sure many of us ask ourselves, how I wish things are different. Well, I am now then presenting to you this amazing gift. It's up to you to open this box to see if you like it. But firstly, you must be willing to take the first step to open up and see, isn't it? It's been, amazing for me to be able to share this business with so many people and able to inspire many people. So I do hope that if it's something that you feel that you can resonate with me, you know, by all means, I hope to be able to connect with you and share with you. Some people ask me, is this going to be easy? This is not easy. They want something that is easy. They want something that is probably able to earn a good sum of money overnight. If it's something that easy that you are looking for, and if something that you're looking to earn money overnight, I can tell you this is definitely not for you. Anything that we do needs hard work, whatever we do. So it's not going to be easy, right? We need to put in our effort. We still need to learn. And if anything, any business that guarantees you overnight success and overnight money, I will be worried, you know, because it's most likely not going to be anything that's legitimate. This is a legitimate business that is tax payable. And so if you're looking for a legitimate business, that we work with partner, an organization that has global presence in everywhere, and this partner has been around for decades. And if it's something that you're looking for sustainable business, and you're willing to work hard for it, get in touch with me. I'm more than happy to see how I can help you. I'm more than happy to see how we can work together and walk this journey together. Yeah, with that, I really want to thank you again for your time, for watching my live or my replay. It's an awesome, awesome Thursday. And if you are interested to find out a little bit more, register for the complimentary webinar at my website here. And I'll be happy to get in touch with you and send you your personalized link in your mailbox. With that, have a wonderful day ahead, and have a good day. I'll see you again tomorrow um, on Friday. And going to be what time? Tomorrow is going to be 6 p.m. for me, back to 6 p.m. Yeah, with that, see you again. Bye, everyone, and thank you so much.